Rezoned and never told. That's what one landowner in Milford says happened to them. Good evening, I'm Charlie Sakaitis.
And I'm Mallory Metzner. Welcome to our news at 11. We begin tonight with a Milford family stunned by zoning changes.
The Naumanns claim that the city of Milford changed the zoning and that it happened 2 years ago, only they're just now finding out.
Coast TV News reporter Charles Reinert shows us how we got here and what the city hopes to do with the land and why the Naumanns are upset.
As Mark Naumann walks through his property off of Elks Lodge Road, he's angry and confused. It was just this week that he found out the city rezoned his land years ago and never told him.
My wife and I were both upset about not having a say in what was going on, and for the most part, it just seemed not right.
Way back in May of 2022, City Council voted to rezone the Naumanns' property from agricultural residential to open space, along with a dozen other properties. The Naumanns say that their land isn't even in city limits, and they don't understand how this change could have happened to begin with.
We don't have any representation. We can't vote on city policies.
According to city files, Milford has earmarks for land in this area for its Greenway Master Plan, which would make way for activities like biking and picnics.
I did reach out to the city planner's office today, and I didn't hear anything back.
The Naumanns say they only found out about the change while researching the Annette Billings case that's recently gotten a lot of attention. He's frustrated that no one told him anything about the rezoning, and he's worried about how that will impact the land's value.
We're not opposed to parks and bike trails and whatever this Greenway project entails, but we are upset about how the city has kept us out of the loop, never sent notice.
According to Naumann's son, he hasn't heard anything about the city using eminent domain, but he fears that the zoning change is the first step towards that kind of action.
As for the Naumanns, they told me they plan to voice their concerns to Milford City Council. I'm Charles Reinert in Milford, Coast TV News.
Staying in Milford, and Charles brought this up in his last story, neighbors are continuing to show their support for Annette Billings during her eminent domain battle with the city. Today at a city council meeting, dozens of supporters showed up in maroon and gold shirts and held up signs. During the public comment period, a lot of those same people let the council know that they are mad about this eminent domain decision, with some saying they plan to keep showing up until things change.